What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, for today's video I have a real bombshell news. I will show you that you were fooled long before this spin-off happened, and to be honest, it was even before the November of 2022 when John Burda and Greg McCabe sold their shares. I will show you that you were fooled on summer of 2022, and well, it is a really mind-blowing fact. On top of that, guys, I will show you the updated information about the upcoming Rob Carter show. And, well, before we dive deep into all of this, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel
and join my Patreon account. And guys, this is the post that I wrote on January the 30th. It is a public post that you can find on my Patreon. It is pretty much all trade alerts that I made from December the 1st to January the 30th. These are the results of these alerts. You can see that all of the trades were in profit except this one on December 19th. TRWV hit a stop loss order, and we've lost about 1.33% on this trade, but all other trades are in green. That is why you can use these trades in your personal trades as a part of your due diligence. So guys, you've seen many of my trade calls, all delivering strong returns in just hours. Now it's your turn to trade smarter. Join my Safe Haven Patreon tier, built for traders who want consistency, structure, and real results. You will get a detailed plan to protect your portfolio, monthly one-on-one Zoom sessions with me, and private Discord access with all trade alerts, lessons, and exclusive updates. And here is the best part. If you don't earn more than your subscription price within 30 days, you will receive a full refund, no question asked, as long as your trading account balance is at least $2,500 and you've taken all the recommended trades during the period. No excuses, no fine print. You profit or you don't pay. Join today and let's start building your edge in the market.
So, and let's begin with this news. You know that about a week ago I told you that the upcoming Rob Carter show, where Amy will debate with the other part of the MMTLP community, well, it should happen basically this week, but for now we have new date, and it is May the 4th, and you can see that Sam wrote this. After weeks of consultations with John Burda and pleading with the MMTLP community for someone to step up and debate Amy, we finally have a proposed date and time. And as you can see, it will happen on May the 4th at 10 a.m. And the counterparty of Amy will be Junk Savvy. And it is very good to see that Junk Savvy will oppose Amy in her statements. On top of that, guys, I want to show you that right after this announcement happened, we have another so-called unpleasant facts directly related to the relationships between these two parts of MMTLP community. Rob Carter wrote this just yesterday. Yeah, see, this moderator is an imbecile. I am trying to give you a debate. Daniel Spears was planned to come on and she ghosted me, lied about it, then apologized. Any of you are welcome to on to debate. The MMTLP army has always been cooperative. John Burda took an interview with no strings, never met him prior. The people at MMTLP, as I understand it, want full transparency. That's all I want. That's all my listeners want. That's what all of my guests want. That's what everybody wants. And argument outside of that is not relevant to me or my audience based on Missouri and Florida. The fraudster allegations on me and the misrepresentation of my show kinda proves my point. If any or anyone else wants to come on earlier, let me know. Hope to see Amy and Junk Savvy Monday, May the 4th at 10 a.m. for a lively discussion. Please confirm, get ready. Video that motivated the post. And he refers to the video that was published by Noisy Corax, and he called him an imbecile. To be honest, it is not it is not professional as well, but I want to pay attention to some other facts. Sam wrote this in response to this tweet, and she added the part of the space call where Junk Savvy called other MMTLP shareholders dumb fucks for the fact that they called the transfer as a dividend transfer. And Sam wrote, let's get on with it. Amy been waiting for weeks while Junk Savvy is all frantic on specs, calling people dumb fucks for believing that they said themselves. And Rob Carter wrote, I think the name calling and attacks go both ways. Trust me on this one. And here's a quite interesting response from Junk Savvy. She wrote, you see, Rob, that's what they do, especially this one. Twist, spin, misrepresent, whatever they can do to discredit people seeking transparency. Perfect example above. I said transaction December 14 of 2022 from MMTLP to NBH was not a dividend, dumb fuck. It wasn't. It was an exchange. Yet Amy was calling it a dividend distribution over and over. For 3.5 years, I have discussed MMTLP as a dividend given to shareholders of TRCH on June 2021. It was a dividend distribution transaction. Two separate transactions, two separate and different corporate actions, but let's not get hung up on facts. If you have to lie to prove your point, you only prove you are a liar with a point not worth proving. So, quite interesting, and Rob Carter responded, transparency does not seem to be the agenda for some. That's clear. Well, let me show you some interesting details. In response to this conversation, Junk Savvy, Sam wrote this. She literally says she works with them and consults on options for them. There is no one actually advocating for shareholders in an independent, objective way. They're trying to help these guys escape all responsibility. Zero transparency. And as you can see, she refers to the tweet that was written by Amy. And Amy wrote, I agree, there will be no transparency coming from Junk Savvy. Just stories they have collectively made up to deflect responsibility away from the CEOs. That's their job. And she added this document where it is clearly stated that, let me quote you this. Amy wrote, for example, and here is the direct speech from this exact part of the document. The holders of the Series A preferred stock are entitled to receive certain dividends based on the net proceeds of the sale of any assets that are used or held for use in Meta's oil and natural gas exploration business, and may also receive a pro rata dividend of equity in a spin-off entity to which Meta will transfer any remaining assets of such business. It was absolutely a dividend distribution and not an exchange. Junk Savvy talks a lot about mechanics she doesn't understand. She speaks about her wants, not reality. I will be bringing all the reality and facts. And guys, to be honest, from my perspective, I see that Amy can prove all her words with the documents from courts, from official SEC filings, or from any other sources that are legitimate. But Junk Savvy just speaks loud, and she cannot show the documents. Everything that I see from her side is just they have this information, and for now they cannot disclose this information yet. And unfortunately, we can still wait for ages to see this information public. But from the other side, Amy proves her words with the document. On top of that, guys, I want to show you that despite the fact that Rob Carter announced this conversation, this dialogue between Amy and Junk Savvy herself didn't post anything about this upcoming event on May the 4th. And to be honest, I have some doubts about her participation in this event. So time will tell, but let me show you the real bombshell of today's video. This is the tweet that was written just 5 hours ago by Amy, and she hosted a space call with this quite interesting title. Hold up, she just got crazy on MMTLP. And Jay Brown responded to this. To be honest, I didn't pay much attention to these space calls because it is too much time. I don't have so much time to listen to these space calls, but here's the tweet that grabs my attention. Holy shit, so NextBridge already had all the assets and wrote them off after the spin-off? And Sam responded yes. And well, quite interesting, but what is he talking about? And let me show you this. This is the part of the space call where Amy stated a real bombshell, and she refers to the most recent update in Target versus NextBridge Hydrocarbons court case. And let me play this just a part of the space call.
But I just re-listened to that court case or those oral arguments, and she just said something real fucking wild. All right, so I just re-listened to that. I was going to record it wasn't an exchange thing, but she said that when they transferred the assets, see, this is what I was picking out when I was reading that article. When they transferred those assets in June of 2022, value of MMTLP was extracted. There was no assets backing MMTLP from June of 2022 until the spin out in December of 2022. The assets were extracted, and this is coming from her. This is not coming from me, and this is not an interpretation. The assets were extracted from MMTLP in June of 2022.
So guys, as you can see, this information is a game changer in this case. This statement was made by the attorney of NextBridge Hydrocarbons, and let me show you that. Wait a second, it is the Target versus NextBridge appeal. And Sam also added, wow, some truths are dropped, and sounds like NextBridge lawyer destroys junk-savvy claims of an exchange. And again, let me show you this. If you don't understand how important this is, Sam wrote this. Summary of Target versus NextBridge appeal. Investors say they had to tender their old shares to receive the new ones, creating a sale under the Securities Act. But an oil and gas company insisted the transaction left shareholders with the exact same economic interest. And wait a second, somewhere here I will show you the comment from Jeff Davis, and he wrote 12B line of questioning that judge seems to have his mind made up is too fact-specific for 12B dismissal. All the judges tried to save the NBH attorney from hanging herself or talking in circles. She was, in a word, bad. One judge super focused on how the assets went to zero, and she fumbled that answer badly. She was focused on, of course, the value changed it, went to zero. Afton said at end, if it goes back to district court, the facts will support summary judgment, which basically means NBH will give up. And guys, I think it is some kind of well, game-changing story, because one of the court cases for now proves that NextBridge Hydrocarbons well, made a lot of bad things to their existing shareholders, which means, guys, because of the most recent update, we cannot rely on NextBridge Hydrocarbons official statements anymore and on the statements that were made by the board of directors. And which means, guys, unfortunately, but even before this conversation, this dialogue happens, we can conclude that junk savvy don't have a lot of facts that can prove her point of view. It is just my opinion, but time will tell. And if you have anything to add, please be polite and add your opinion into the comment section. See you in the next video. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up.